Or better still, verse 8. Go to verse 8. He said, none, somebody say none, of the rulers of this age understood it. Question number times, we think the devil knows everything. No. No, the devil doesn't know everything. He said, none. Not demons, not witches, not wizards, not principalities, not powers, not even Satan himself understood it. He said the rulers of this world didn't know anything. Somebody say anything. What they do is that they look for clues. They look for clues. And for you that talk too much, you give them clues so easily. You give them clues so easily. So it is the information that you give to the enemy that the enemy works with. And that's why in every battle there are spies. There are people that go to spy the enemy. You got to understand that there are some people in your life that are not friends, they are spies. They are spies. The devil doesn't know everything. Can you imagine? You even say, I have Facebook friends. People that you are never close to. You don't even know them. They may even be people that you used to know 10 years ago, but you don't know them anymore. And you give them information and you wonder how the devil got to know. So you got to understand that not everybody that is around you and are nice towards you are friends. Some of them are spies. Oh, Shatalabahaya. And that's why when some people step into your life, you got to understand that every nation has a border. And every border has watchmen that watches over the land. It doesn't matter how small the nation is. It doesn't matter how insignificant you think the nation is. It doesn't matter how poor you think the nation is. When I went to Uganda, that was the day I discovered that despite the fact that I thought that it wasn't that developed, their security was so tight. I've never been to any airport in my life that we had to be checked at the... when I say the gate, I'm not talking about what you call gate when you're about to enter the plane. No, I'm talking about from the road. I've never been checked. We were checked. I said, whoa. When we got inside, we were checked with dogs again, sniffing everything. I said, Then after that, when we entered, we now passed through the security again. I said, Uganda? Yes. They have the right to mount security anyhow they want it. It is their land. Amen. So you got to ask yourself a question, how freely am I allowing people in and out of my life? How do you check them out? Do you do what we call supernatural spiritual surveillance? Do you take time to scan? Hey! And that's why they scan you at the airport. They don't care if you're the president. They scan you at the airport. They don't want to know if you're even a pilot. They scan you at the airport. Before you get into the plane, they check you. Even the pilot will have to off his belt, off issue, and everything. Pass through the same process everybody passes through. Because of security. Amen. So what they're telling you is before you enter into our land, we'll check you out. Amen. So the question I want to ask you is, how are you checking people out? The people that are gaining access into your life. Because anyone you befriend, that person, you have given the power of access to the person. The power of access. The power of access. It's powerful. Can somebody remind me of this? What's the name of this king? Oh my God. Hezekiah granted the king, a particular king, access He was about to die and God preserved his life, right? And after God preserved his life, the king came and he gave him access. And Hezekiah took the king into all of the treasury. He showed him the treasure of the land. He showed him the gold, the silver. He showed him the treasure, everything that he had. And the prophet called him later and said, you are behaved foolishly. He said, because of this, after your generation, another king will come and they will take everything that you have. And guess what Hezekiah said? Oh my God, that wasn't even good at all. He said, well, thank God it's not in my generation. Do you know this is the problem that some children are having? They are fighting battles that their parents created for them because of access. So you got to understand that whenever you're giving people access into your life, you are not only giving them access into your life, you're giving them power over your children and your children's children. And that's why some of the battles we are fighting, they are not battles that we started. They are battles that our great-grandfather started. As parent, you put everything on the Facebook. Oh, my son just had grade A. My son just had this. My daughter just... What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I want to believe that even that son of yours or that daughter of yours will not like it. Will say, what are you doing to me? You're giving both friends and enemies access. Access. Over the night, the Lord showed me somebody, a friend of mine that had been my friend for a long time, for my childhood. Of course, after some years, we've not been friends. You know, sometimes some people will be your friends as long as you are still struggling together. But the day you break through, they will no longer be your friend. And the Lord showed me a dream. Actually, God has been showing me a long time ago. Even when we were together. Before my father died of blessed memory, I told him. And he felt so concerned because he knew he was my very good friend. And I called him and he told him, this is what's going on. I didn't like that. If I wanted to tell him, I would have told him myself. I didn't like that boy. Anyways. And the Lord told me this morning, he said most of the catastrophe that comes through relationships, most of the time, the people involved would have seen signs. But they neglect signs. They allow sentiment to lure them further. And so the Lord showed me again overnight, overnight, I'm talking overnight, and I saw him again. I blocked him straight on Facebook. Because he's not that kind of friend, a friend that we used to be very close. We used to share everything. Now, it's not that kind of friend on Facebook that will not say anything. Amen. And watch out for those friends because they are the ones watching you. They're not interested in communication. Yeah, am I talking to somebody? Because I can see people watching now. They're not interested in talking. They're interested in seeing what's going on. What's going on in your life? Oh, she just bought a new shoe. Oh, he just got a new house. That's all. They're not interested in talking. Watch out for friends like that on Facebook. You say hi, they didn't even say hello. You say hello, they never replied to you. They are not interested. But the day you block them, they call you and say, why did you block me? Oh, so you exist. They're not interested in fellowship. They're interested. Am I preaching to somebody this morning? They're interested in knowing what's going on in your life. They are spies. And the Lord told me, he said, travel light. I told you I'm about to fly. And I said, travel light. The man that will fly can't afford to tie a load on his leg. Not even a man that wants to run. Talk less of a man that wants to fly. Travel light. The higher you go, the fewer friends you have. I'm telling you, it's not as if that is what you want, but that's just the way it is. Because a lot will not be able to deal with your success. A lot will not be able to deal with your success. A lot don't want to move forward. They don't want to move forward, but they don't want you to move forward either. They love it there. They love it right there. They love it the way they do things, the way, oh my God, and they want you right there. I know. I'm preaching prophetically. I know. When I went to Canada and I started teaching and preaching and I started praying in somebody, because the kind of prophet I am, I'm not the kind of prophet that necessarily call you and say, "Thus said the Lord," this and this. I do that, I do that, but the dimension of the prophetic in my life is such that when I preach, people know I'm talking about their situation. So a friend of mine called me from Canada after I got back to Syria and said, "Man of God, do you know that 100% of the things you said were dealing with issues? But please, I beg you, I plead with you, if this word is for you, please do something about it. Do something about it. Do something about it. Do something about it. Because where you're going, that's it. You gotta push. You gotta push.